YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back in Total War Attila. And last battle I mentioned to you for Attila, I told you I was going to show you a West Rome versus Langobards battle that I thought was pretty fun, and here it is. So I brought a slightly different infantry line. A lot of people like to bring the Protectores Domestici. I brought the Defensores Armigeri, or however you pronounce it. And they have a much more solid melee attack and a slightly better charge bonus. They still have the attacking testudo. You can see here they have some pretty cool looking armor and stuff too. They're a little more expensive than the Protectores, and they have less armor, but they sacrifice that armor for a greatly improved melee attack and a slightly improved charge bonus. I've got 6 Scoli Palatini. These are medium melee cav, tier 2, I guess. I've got 3 chevrons on them so that it gives them more attack. These guys are not the best, but it's the best that I can take as West Rome, basically. 3 Ballistari, a Magister Militum General, very tanky cav unit, very good versus infantry and squishy targets in general. And then I've got 2 Cataphractari leading my infantry line up front in wide charging formation. Let's take a look at what my opponent has brought. He is playing as the Langobards, Germanic faction, which is a very dangerous faction for me to be playing against. And I'll explain my build here in just a moment. My opponent has 4 noble Germanic swordsmen up front, solid choice. He has put upgrades on them though, which I think is nonsense. It doesn't really help the infantry that much. He should have spent extra on his cavalry. He does though have silver chevrons on his absolutely standard meta 6 Germanic horsemen. And then he's gone slightly non-meta though, and giving up the Gothic Lancers and some other units in favor of some more infantry, which I thought was kind of fun. So he's got this Germanic band with good upgrades, another noble Germanic swordsman. He's got his Germanic noble general, which is his only choice until this new patch comes out. It's actually going to give some more choices to some of these factions for general, I think. And then he's got a unit, 2 units of Godin's men, or no, 1 unit. Yeah, just 1 unit of Godin's men, and there's another sword. So he's got more infantry, less archers, and a little less cav than your typical Germanic meta build. But still a dangerous army for my Romans to face. My opponent has better infantry and better numbers. And well, I say that. My Armigeri Defensores are a match for the noble Germanic swords. The Germanic band, the Godin's men, are going to cause me some potential trouble. You can see he's got enough infantry to support his cavalry, which is going to also be dangerous for me. And you may be thinking, Heir, what are you thinking? Your Scoli Palatini are going to get crushed by that heavy Germanic horse. A very real possibility. I have a trick up my sleeve, though, and I'll show you what that is. And again, my Cataphractari are going to give me extra mobility along with my Magister Militum. So I have a general plan. Fix the enemy infantry by putting my men in attacking testudo and moving forward. If you click an attack order with the attacking testudo, it seems to do okay-ish. Otherwise, it seems like it doesn't work if you get attacked. So I want to be the one attacking. My Ballistari, I'm going to lead very far behind so that they can stay at a safe distance, and their goal is to snipe the enemy general, who is going to be somewhat immobile. So we want to snipe him with barrage and flaming shot. So I'm going ahead, issuing all my attack orders. You can see that happening. So basically all my cavalry over here now have attack and move orders. Over here, all my cavalry have attack and move orders. The Cataphractari have been matched against his Godin's men. He does have 2 of them. My Scoli Palatini have been matched against his Germanic horsemen. And then my infantry are moving forward in an attacking testudo in the center, which will protect them from the enemy missiles, as well as hopefully make their attacking testudo actually work. Close to the last second, I go into wedge. My opponent does have time to react and go into his own wedge, but he's obviously micromanaging in the center, which means that if he does not go into wedge, my Scoli Palatini are actually going to give his men a very excellent fight, and you can see that he does not micro that. Over here, he does get his charges, but the wedge is going to save many of my Scoli Palatini from his charge. So that cavalry fight will actually be very hard for him to win now. My attacking testudo, I don't know if it actually maintains itself after any combat, but my Armigeri Defensores are going to do very well, like I said, against his noble Germanics, and then I immediately haul my Magister Militum around and smash into the back of this Germanic band, and the Magister Militum is going to just rack up kills against this unit. It's a heavy cav, and then I'm swinging through with Cataphracts right here. And I'm going to come in actually straight into the enemy general, who's already taken heavy crossbow losses. So the enemy general is going to die to this Cataphractari charge, just leveling the enemy general. And I'm going to wheel around and immediately come in for a rear charge on these Godin's men who are winning the fight. so smashing into the back of the Godensmen. So those Cataphractari already paying dividends, and then this Cataphractari is going to come in and swing in here while my Magister Militum heads out to take out the enemy archers, and all the German cav is fixed and will be for quite some time. What the Skolai lack in staying power and mass, they make up for in melee defense, and because my opponent got poor charges and didn't go into wedge, he's not going to last well in that fight. His flaming arrows are taking toll on his own guys. Cataphractari are going to charge here and finish off the Germanic horsemen, and you can see that I've ruined his Godensmen here basically, though they are going to hold on and fight a little while longer. But my Cataphractari are free to continue charging, while Magister Militum's already up to 200 kills and skyrocketing higher by taking out enemy archers. So I am just decimating the enemy forces with my Cataphractari and my Magister Militum. And right now I'm actually winning the fight against his Germanic horsemen temporarily, but you can see those horsemen are turning it around slowly over time, keeping my crossbows in reserve away from his archers. And then this Cataphractari has lured a noble Germanic sword out of the fight and continues to slam in rear charges here. This another Godensman here. It's a great target that was actually winning against my Defensores, but then it's going to get smashed in the back and basically destroyed. Cataphractari getting rear charges against these Godensmen who were assisting in that fight, and 176 kills on that Cataphractari, and 143 here. So my cavalry has been very efficient for me in this battle. 398, 400 kills now on the Magister Militum and climbing. And at this point, my crossbows aren't even really necessary. My Armigeri Defensores have done such a good job against the noble Germanic swordsmen, and I'm able to start crashing in on the rest of his remaining infantry and just get away with my cavalry. This fight over here is still a little bit desperate. His Germanic cav, with the help of these Godensmen, turned it around, but the Godensmen have been destroyed by repeated Cataphractari charges, now up to 206 kills, 146 here. And the Magister Militum just pulled a rear charge on these Germanic horsemen and routed them, now up to 453 kills. So Magister Militum is a crazy tanky unit, excellent health. Not particularly good against cavalry. I actually have a brace general, and I made a huge mistake in this battle by not using it on my Skolai Palatini after having gotten that good charge. It would have given me an extra 9 bonus versus cavalry, as well as, like, I think some extra shield defense or something. But you can see the fight on the flanks. As more enemy troops die, the Germanic horsemen are going to start to falter, even though they put up a marvelous fight, really. They are Germanic horsemen, after all. Magister Militum charging in again, just going to keep hitting these units in the rear, and it's going to take its toll. 462 kills. Crossbows with basically full ammo, just waiting to see if they're needed in the late game. I could quickly mop up some cavalry, for instance, if they get out of this fight. I'm going to turn my Magister Militum around, take this Germanic horseman. I am going to take some losses from that charge, but I will be able to kill this Germanic horseman with the Magister Militum. I'm going to extricate my Skolai Palatini from this fight and just hammer the enemy Germanic horse with crossbow fire. And I'm going to have to be careful. I probably will hit my general just a little bit, but it's a risk I'm willing to take at this point. Want the Germanic horseman gone. My Armigeri Defensores, fantastic job in the melee fight. These guys were a very good counter to Germanic swordsmen because they're just better at roughly the same price. My opponent could have easily made up for this, though, with Germanic horsemen used properly. But I was able to use my little trick and gain an edge on him, and it's going to pay dividends. You can see my crossbows now wiping out what's left of his Godensmen here. These guys going to get hammered in the back with flaming crossbow bolts. Definitely not what he wanted, but my Magister Militum actually ate a few of those as well. Yeah, the Godensmen are going to be gone. I still managed to keep most of my cavalry, so I thought this was a fun battle. My opponent picked a decent faction, and he had a decentish army. I think he was a little too heavy on infantry, but he was probably not feeling particularly threatened by the Romans because he had the excellent Germanic cavalry. By me going into the wedge, or diamond, whatever it was, with the Skolai Palatini, and catching my opponent on the hoof on that one flank, and then, again, him not getting into the wedge, that shielded, effectively, my Skolai from a lot of the charge of his Germanic horsemen. And you can see that my guys were still not really particularly winning that fight, but it made it grind on for a long time, while my Armigeri Defensores were able to shine with the help of my Magister Militum and Cataphractari. So really it was this striking power of my army that undid my opponent's otherwise superior infantry build. And you can see his noble Germanic swordsmen got beat down summarily by my infantry, and even his Godensmen that got into the fight with my infantry only did kind of okay before they got slammed by Cataphractari and Magister Militum. So this was a fun battle. I felt like it was it was slightly off meta. Infantry actually played a role here, and the cavalry fight didn't swing too decisively. I say that it did swing decisively in my favor. I had more cavalry, so mine was more of a meta build in this case because I had a total of 9 cavalry. So I would definitely say that I was using more of the meta build here, but the Western Romans are a somewhat weak faction, so I don't feel bad about using that number of cav. And again, I had my crossbows that ate up his general, and then the Cataphractarii smashed what was left of them, so that was key early in the battle to hurt enemy morale, to get that general dead that early. So like I said, hope y'all enjoyed this one. I know I did. This is the last Attila online battle you will see in this patch. And again, some of you might be like, I want those older games already. I know they're coming. Just over the couple of days, I wanted to release these so that you all can get a little bit of Attila online before the patch, and then I can show you some more after the patch so that we can effectively see what it changed, were they good changes, and what's it doing to the current state of the game. So anyway, hope you all enjoyed it. HeirofCarthage signing off.